Mm,
When you put a puri inside oil, it fluffs up, right?
mm,
And when it fluffs up, oh, it looks good. It is fluffed up. And after you put it on a plate, it goes down.
mm, mm,
But you like the feeling of fluffing up. So
mm,
you want to fry that again for it to
mhm,
fluff up. That moment of that high is the
mhm.
dopamine effect. So our brain is structured in a way that we want that dopamine effect. So when you
Yeah,
eat that gulab jamun, when that sweet hits you, there's a dopamine
yeah,
high. You can't stop at one because you want that
yeah,
high again. It felt good.
yeah,
And that does with every other thing, whether it's alcohol or any other
yeah.
elements that are there, right? I think you just need to be present to that.
Mm,
Is all that I'm saying. I mean, all of us experience it, and it's one hell of a challenge to
yeah,
really work around it.
yeah. No, yeah, absolutely correct. You're right. And I think we now know that dopamine, the whole process of getting that dopamine high is a part of all of our struggles, food, social media, whatever, right? All the distractions that we have around us
Absolutely,
gives us that
absolutely.
dopamine high. And it's not necessarily good for you, but it gives you that instant high in whatever form, right?
See, what I've realized is, and again, a collection of a lot of different elements. If you are able to be present to the dopamine
Mm,
high, and if you are able to control that whole thing, right? I mean, even Insta
mhm,
reels, if you are able to define saying that I'm
mm,
going to spend this much time, get out, it's not easy. I mean, again,
mhm,
I go back to
mm,
connecting to the dots of the habit loop.
mm,
It is
mm,
very important to simplify, create a habit,
mm.
so that all these things become part of your day-to-day living, because you can't do without it also. Otherwise you go
Yeah,
into deprivation, and then you go into excess, right? I mean,
yeah,
that's the thing that I was struggling with for 20 years.
yeah, yeah. Makes sense. So I think maybe that's a good time to pivot into that whole habit approach you've taken, right? And which is what is working. And I think the question that everybody has is consistency, and how did you do that? And I think let's pivot into that.